Hey, greetings. Dr. Fields here. This is investigation of street robberies in AJ 111. So, the crime of robbery in California is defined as the taking or attempt to take anything of value from a person by force or fear. So, robbery is a crime against a person. You can't rob a house, you can't rob a car. You can rob the people in the house or the people in the car, but you can't rob a car or a house. And there has to be force or fear involved. If I pick your purse up out of your shopping cart, there's no force or fear there. So, some characteristics of robbery. It's one of the most common types of robbery is a street robbery. That's about 36% of it. As you see near the bottom down there, only 1.6% of robberies are bank robberies. However, you see a lot of those on TV because those are media-worthy crimes. So, when it comes to street robbery investigations, the first thing we talk about is prevention. Extra patrol in areas where there's frequent robberies. Uh, Used to work around the Oakland Coliseum when I was a brand new officer. Sometimes as people are coming and going from the games, they've been robbed. As a matter of fact, I was the victim of a robbery as a young man before I became a police officer at that same location. Awareness campaigns to alert people that some behaviors might attract robbers, such as cash transactions, um, flashing cash, getting money from the ATM late at night or early in the morning. Talk about, a lot of times if there's a crowd that might cut down on the number of robberies, and so safe transportation places. Uh, some areas that's not necessarily true. I work in the Bay Area of California. We have a BART system, which has a significant amount of robberies uh, compared to other locations. And lighting, especially at night. Well, only at night, I guess. Lighting would distract criminals. It always has. I used to do ride-alongs with press people, where I'd have them ride with me at night, and we go by a park or something full of criminals doing drugs or whatever. Second I shine the spotlight in there, they all scramble like cockroaches. They'd run away. So when you're collecting evidence, eyewitness evidence is great. The victim himself or somebody that saw the robbery. I've actually witnessed a couple of robberies and was able to identify the suspect. Sometimes it's the best evidence you have. If you don't have a photograph, a composite picture can help if you have that ability. Also, a description of the getaway vehicle, whether it be a car, motorcycle, bicycle, scooter, skateboard, whatever they get away in. Video evidence. The great thing now is that almost everybody's got videos on their selves. They've got cameras, but they've also got videos on businesses, on houses. My house has 8 cameras surrounding it, so there's not an inch of my house that you can walk around and not see, get yourself on camera. Not that I'm paranoid. No, I'm not paranoid. I just want to be safe. Um, use those videos, get those videos, canvass the area to look for the videos. Well, there might be videos of the suspect. Ask around. Um, Sometimes the surveillance videos aren't of high quality. They're getting better because it's so much cheaper now to make a high def camera that for $50 you can get a really good high def camera, video surveillance camera. With that said, sometimes they're not placed in the most ideal positions. You want to keep them out of the crook's hands, so they'll put them up high, which means you get a lot of the headshots of people and stuff, but not facial shots. So next part of evidence is the modus operandi, the MO. Sometimes you look at the target of the robbery. Are these the elderly? Is it business people that are frequenting in an area? Um, Maybe the apparent degree of planning involved. Does it appear this person may have staked out the person they're targeting? Maybe it's a business person that leaves their business every night at 10 o'clock to go deposit their receipts in the local bank. And sure enough, the robber's waiting for them. How the approach was made, was it from a vehicle, bicycle, skateboard? Um, what was said by the robber? The voice inflection, the language, the any accents, um, and what exactly was said, and the nature of the demand. I had I was helping out LAPD with a case of robberies that we had in an area that CHP covered. We cover all state buildings, and we had a number of robberies down near the DMV in downtown LA. And this guy would always say, "Give me the goods." That was his MO. And so, once we had all these victims, and the guy said, "Give me the goods," okay, we got an MO there. Weapons used, knife, gun, strong arm. Strong arm means that there is no weapon; it's used for physical force. A type of force: are they holding the people down? Are they grabbing them? Um, Method of departure, like I mentioned, did they show up on a bicycle and leave on a skateboard, or did they, come in a car, or this is a Segway and this guy in a Segway here? Um, Target characteristics, that goes again back to, are they business owners, elderly? What's a target? And the degree in knowledge and familiarity the robbery appeared to have. Maybe they said, "Give me your receipts." Okay, they might know that's a business person with their bank receipts uh, leaving, and maybe this is an inside job. Maybe somebody that works for you told a friend that, "Hey, my boss leaves with $10,000 every night to go deposit in the bank. We close down at 10, and by 10:15 he's out the door making a deposit." So if the robber comes up and says, "Give me your receipts," they know that you have that money. Other evidence, confidential informants, those are great. They rat out their buddies for whatever. If they're in trouble for something else, they'll go hire and give you robbery suspects. Businesses, including pawn shops that take in stolen property, they might help. A lot of times they won't, but sometimes they'll help. Quick sell sites, Letgo is one I've seen. That's They sell stolen property. Also, flea markets. If you're at a flea market, folks, there's a flea market down the street from El Camino with a drive-in, and I've walked through there a few times, and there's so much stolen merchandise there. It may not come from robberies, but if you're buying it from a flea market, it's likely stolen if it's brand new. We tip, Crime Stoppers. Those are tip lines where people are allowed to call in and give you a tip and say, "Hey, I know about this robber. This is the information, and if you make an arrest and get a conviction out of it, they get some money." Media coverage. If it's a high-profile crime, it's going to get some media coverage. Um, I work in Oakland, and there's been a lot of Asian Pacific Island violence near our campus. We're in Chinatown, and so anytime that somebody gets robbed in Chinatown, the media is there right away, which is good. We get good news coverage, and it's actually solved a couple of crimes. And we got with the news coverage and the video surveillance and the people seeing them on TV, we caught the crooks. Not we, Oakland PD caught the crooks. So your public information officer and the media coverage can help a lot. And that is about it. Thanks.